Alright, hello everyone, this is 707 Rosetown with another video. This time we're gonna draw Jolteon. I'm gonna try to do all the evolutions, so I'm starting off with Jolteon. He's a pretty good Pokemon. So first we're gonna start off with the head, which is just basically a circle, and the size of the circle is gonna define the overall size of the whole picture. So it's pretty small. I didn't do it that big. So right here I'm just adding the forehead. At top is kind of like a straight line, and then it kind of curves. I'm using the circle as a reference, and then I do just kind of like an oval shape for the snout, just so it could help me. And then I continue, yeah. So I'm just doing those lines just to help me out, and I'm starting to use a pencil for the rough sketch. Right now we're doing just a rough sketch, just so we can know where everything's gonna go. And I do this line. I don't really use it, but I did that line just so just to teach you guys that, or show you guys that it's not the eye's not supposed to be higher than that. And then right here I'm doing the mouth. I did the snout, the nose, and then the mouth just like that, and the shape. So pay attention to the shapes and everything. And then I want to start doing the spikes, but I'll do that once I start adding the details, because I'll be using the mechanical pencil for the details. So right here I'm just doing the little hair spikes on the top of the head, and then I started doing the ear. And so yeah, so the ear is basically kind of like a triangle. Not a triangle, I mean, not that, sorry, a diamond, and it's way bigger, longer than the head. So that's one of the things that you guys need to make sure you guys are doing. The ears a little bit longer than the head. Then the other one's on the other side, so it shows only kind of like half of the diamond. So yeah, so right here, like I said, this is the rough sketch. This is just to help us figure out how he's gonna look. It's just a quick sketch. Right here I'm just doing this, measuring the leg, where the leg is gonna be, and then right there is like where the spikes end. So you guys don't have to do that. And then right here I just added the neck, and then just added the body. But like I said, this is not the actual shape. That's just to give us an example, or just a better understanding of how he's gonna look, and where everything's gonna go. So now that I have that done, I'm gonna start using my mechanical pencil right now. Right here I just start, I wanted to do the spikes on the chin area, but I decided just to use my mechanical pencil. It'd be easier, because you could add a lot more detail, since the lead is a little bit thinner, the point. So right here I just erased the whole picture, just so all those the rough sketch, you know what I mean, just so I could start adding the actual drawing, take away all that unnecessary lead. So as you can see, it's way thinner, and this is where I start making everything, adding details, just putting everything where it's supposed to be. I'm just basing it off the rough sketch we did at the beginning, and if the rough sketch came out good, then I follow it. If it doesn't, then I use it to help me change a little bit. So I put the nose just to put it so you guys get a better look at it, and then the mouth. As you guys can see, the nose doesn't line up with the mouth. And then right here I start doing the eye, but the thing is, I do change it. I think I changed it twice, so there's gonna be a lot of erasing, so always keep that in mind. I don't like the shape. I thought that it came out a little bit too big, and a little bit too far back, so I redo it. And this is where I didn't like the angle, so I changed it, but I ended up erasing that because I did it too far away. But that's a good shape, but I just did it too far away, so that's where I erase it. And overall, I showed you guys at the beginning how he's gonna look, And if I would put a grade from 0, and right here I'm just doing those lines just so I can know where it's gonna end and where it's gonna go. Unfortunately, it freezes a little bit. Um, but if I was gonna grade Jolteon on how hard he is to draw, I honestly, out of 10, 5 being fair, 10 being a lot of time consuming, and just a lot of attention, I'd say around the 6, because he's fairly easy. He's not that hard. The only thing that's a little bit complicated is those spikes, to get them in the right spot and to match up like on the picture. So right here I just started on one side at the bottom, and then I used the ears we did at the beginning, the rough sketch, and to do the ears. So now, like I said, I'm actually doing the real drawing, and as you guys can see, I'm not using the exact lines that we did at the beginning with the regular pencil. So I added the highlight on the eye just so you guys get a better look at them, and then I shaded just so it doesn't look weird. I just did this for you guys. You don't really need to do that. Right here I'm just doing the other ear, and I think I do use the exact lines. I like how it was, but I just give it a little bit more edge. And right here, like as you guys can see, the spikes I did at the bottom, I don't go all the way. Like I started them and I didn't follow them all the way to the end. Like I start one side and then I start the other. So right here, this is where I start the other side, and then just meet up in the middle. That's part of the ear, so that's not it. So yeah, that's part of the ear. And then I erased those lines that are not supposed to go there. I found this image on Google. I just googled Jolteon, and he came out. So he's, I think, the first one. So I recommend you guys go look at the actual picture. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the actual picture on the video while you guys draw that way. It just helps you guys. And like right here, the line on top, like I just went through like along like just the same length. It's way thinner than the bottom. The gap between the inside diamond with the outside line, and then the middle just has a triangle, and that's all black. The inside's all black. So you guys are gonna be able to see the picture that I got off Google, just so it could help you guys. And we're not gonna get it perfect. It's not gonna be the exact picture. It's not gonna be like perfect, but it's just we're trying to get close to it. So we're just using it as a reference in a way, but although we are trying to reproduce that picture. So I'll put that picture up there so it can help you guys. Here I have it on my tablet. I have my tablet in front of me, and I'm just looking at it as I draw. So yeah, so remember, it's not gonna be it's not gonna look exactly. So right here I'm just doing those spikes. I'm paying attention to the shape, the length, and the thickness. And like I said before, don't follow all along. Start one side and then go to the other side and then do the other side, and then just meet up in the middle. It just helps a lot more. Yeah, so that's one of the things you guys need to pay attention to. And right here I'm just looking at it to see if it looks right and if it's gonna work, if it's gonna meet up. Yeah, so it does. I believe it does end up matching up like the picture. Maybe not in the right spot or perfect, but it does. Like it I don't think I took away any spikes or added any spikes. So yeah, so that's the only thing about hard about this picture is those spikes. Just trying to get them right. Yeah, so right here I'm just fixing it. I'm kind of erased this, so I don't know if right there I did it exactly. You don't like I said, you guys don't have to do it exactly the same. It's pretty hard to do exactly the same without measuring. But yeah, just give it your best. Adding the other one, and like I said, I'm paying attention to the length of everything. Comparing what I'm doing to the rest of the picture. Looking at the gaps and everything. So he's turning out pretty good. It is my first time drawing him. I never drawn Jolteon ever. This is my first time, but he's a really good Pokemon. The evolutions are really popular, and that line, I did that line just for the bottom, just so it was just a reference line. And right here I'm doing the tail, or the back part. Sorry about that. Just I was yawning. I didn't want to yawn. I mean, so yeah. So right here it's just doing the spikes, and like I said, look at the gaps and the thickness, because those are thicker than the ones on the neck. So yeah, and then right here the leg. Look at the line, how it curves. So you need to pay a lot of attention. And it just at the end it just makes it that more better. So right here I'm doing that line, just like it just helps me know that the legs aren't supposed to be lower than that. And then here I'm adding the other one, and I do end up changing that line. Once I got the overall picture, it was kind of too thick, so I changed it. I'm doing the other leg, and then just the toes. Like I said, it's not gonna end up looking perfect like the picture, but just give it your best. I'm sure no one's gonna get that the same look, perfect, everything, all the details perfect. So just give it your best, and don't give up on it. If you guys give up on it, you're not gonna try, and it's just not gonna look right, and you don't get nowhere without trying. So right here I'm doing the other side, and then I see that once I added those details, those spikes, it doesn't meet up where I originally put it, so I just redo them, although they were pretty close. I'm sorry if you guys could hear the TV. I'm watching TV. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. Right here I'm just doing the leg, the hind leg. And they don't go all the way to the bottom like the front legs have do. I mean, they're a little bit, since they're behind, they're kind of further away, so they don't reach all the way to the bottom. And when you guys see that I stop, it's just I'm looking at my tablet, see how it is, or how it's gonna go. Right here I'm looking at the shape, how that line curves and where it curves, and this is where they meet up. So overall I think we're pretty close to drawing the same picture. Like I said, it's not gonna be perfect, but we were pretty close. And yeah. So right here I start doing the other leg, and that one's a little bit higher than the rest, not by much, but it is. So that line that I did at the beginning did help. So I think we're fairly done. Now's the time where I tell you guys, here I just start cleaning everything. If there's something doesn't look right, change it. But this is like the time that I tell you guys to look over your picture, look at the reference you guys are using, and if it doesn't look right, then change something. Now that you guys got an overall look or feel of your picture, now you guys can notice anything that's off. Now's the time to change it. But overall I think he came out pretty good, being my first time drawing them. Hopefully I helped you guys. You guys gotta like I said, he wasn't that hard, but at the same time he is hard. Like those lines are a little bit complicated. So hope I helped you guys. Here I'm just fixing those toes, trying to get them. I start adding all the details and just trying to get them. Now that I got a overall look of the whole picture, adding those toes, the details. And I'm just gonna show you guys how to draw them. I'm not gonna show you guys how to color them. As you guys saw at the beginning, I did color them. I used color pencils, But you guys could use anything, or if you guys just want to draw them, you guys can draw them. But I'm just gonna show you guys how to draw them. I'm not gonna show you how I colored it. I'll just show you guys how I did it. Because I'm not the best person. I'm not that good at coloring. I'm mostly just shading with pencil and just using pencil. I'm not that good at coloring. Yeah, so I thought I would just show you how to draw it, and then show you guys how I drew him. Color, I mean. He came out right. He came out pretty good. I used Sharpie and colored pencils. And I think he came out pretty good overall. So right here I'm just going over the picture, making sure that I didn't miss anything. And just going over it to see if it looks right. If everything matches, or at least it's close to matching. And I started erasing all those extra lines, so I started cleaning up the picture. So there's a lot of erasing just to get it where you guys want it to be. So I started adding all those extra lines. So yeah, so now I'm gonna show you guys the picture of how he turned out to be, or how I have him. Like I said, I used color pencils. What I did was I just colored them with the regular yellow, really light. I didn't press too hard. I just went over everything that's yellow with the layer of yellow, just not pressing hard at all. And then I used the gold, kind of like a darker yellow gold, to go over the spots that were a little bit darker. So the regular yellow, I used it just for highlights, although you really can't tell the highlights. The only one that's really noticeable is the one in the middle, kind of on the tail area on top of the hind leg. That's the only detail, and as you guys can see, I didn't do it exactly as the picture. So I just gave it my own touch. I didn't do it exactly. I just used it as a reference. So yeah, so I just went over all the darkest areas with the gold. I didn't press that hard, and I just added a layer. There's the highlights are on top of the ear, on the other one that you guys can't see, and the forehead, on top of the snout, on the toes, on the ear, on the middle part of the ear, and where it curves. But you guys can't really notice. They're not that noticeable on my picture, but I did it. So I just went over with that gold on the areas with that had no highlight. And then for the darker areas, I used the brown, medium brown, and I just went over really light. And so there's a layer, 3 layers in total on some areas. Just the highlights, just 1 layer, and then the rest is 2 or 3. So yeah, so I just went over the brown because it really complements the yellow. It's kind of like a shade from yellow, the brown. Yeah, so I think it came out pretty good overall. I added some shadows and spots that the reference doesn't have. I just thought it would look better, so I did add them. And then I just outlined the whole picture with the Sharpie, with the fine tip Sharpie. I filled in the ear, the eye with the Sharpie, just because it makes it stand out a lot more, since it's a real solid color. And then the outline, I made it a little bit darker. I mean, not darker, a little bit thicker than the other lines, just to make it pop out a little bit. And it worked overall. Kind of liked it. So overall, it came out pretty good. The only thing that I didn't do exactly was the collar, the white collar. I did use gray and kind of like a light blue, but it was too dark. It looked kind of wrong. It didn't look right. So I went over it with the white, and then it was just too dark and it didn't look good. So I ended up using my eraser just to lighten it up a little bit. And I just didn't want to mess too much with this, so I didn't do that much to that. So I just left it like that. It's not that noticeable, but it's just something that I didn't want to mess too much with. And overall, it came out alright. Came out pretty good. So I hope I helped you guys. And if you guys haven't subscribed, then subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of how to draw videos. If you guys have any suggestions, just leave them in the comment of what Pokemon you guys want me to draw. Right now I'm just gonna do all the evolutions and then any random Pokemon. So yeah, I have a lot of mega mega evolution Pokemon, how to draw a lot of mega Pokemon, so you guys can go check those out. I also started a new series where I use a website to generate random Pokemon and then I draw them from memory. So that's pretty fun. That's a lot of fun to do those videos, and they get to be pretty funny because the drawings sometimes you think it looks pretty simple, but then once you start drawing them, it just everything goes wrong. So make sure to check those videos out. They're pretty funny. I have 2 up right now, so go check them out. They're on my channel. So yeah, so leave a like, subscribe if you guys want, and thanks for watching. So I'll see you guys next time. 707 Bros Town out.